How's it going, YouTube? Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to do the rear shocks on this 2007 Mitsubishi Outlander. I'm going to be doing a couple of videos on this. I'm not sure how many, but there's going to be a couple of suspension ones. And then the next video, which is going to be about how to replace the spark plugs and coil packs and do a tune-up on this thing, because it's apparently very difficult to do tune-ups on this, and there's not that many videos out there, just like how there's not that many videos out there of how to do the shocks. So I got these KYB shocks and these KYB shock bushings, suspension mounts, whatever the hell you want to call them. I call them shock bushings. But yeah, we've got a set of these for the rear, and I'm going to be showing y'all today how to replace that. Alright, so first things first is that you're going to come to either side. I'm starting on the driver's side, but you're going to take off the tires. And these lugs are a 21 millimeter, as you could probably see here on my impact. It's a 21 millimeter, and so I'm just going to go on and zip these off real quick. Alright, and I'm also going to show you all something real quick, but we're going to come over here, and that is a 17 millimeter, I believe, and it's going to be a 17 on both sides, but you're going to undo that bolt, right down there, and that's going to undo the bottom part of the shock, and as you can see, this shock is bad. It's leaked oil everywhere, and I'm sure once I pop out the two bolts from inside the trunk, I bet you I can just collapse this shock and it will just slide right out with no issue. Alright, and so after you get your wheels off outside, you're going to come in, and this is on the passenger side now. But you're going to come in here and you're going to get these two covers. You're going to pop them off, and there should be two 14 millimeter bolts right in there that is holding your shock in place. Alright, so I finally got all four of the bolts out of both sides. As you can see, there's two there and then two over here. I've gotten both of them out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hop outside and we're going to take out those bolts that are holding in the struts from the lower control arms. But yeah, now we're going to take this out, so let's go. Yeah, it's swinging on me. My impact's busted, so I ain't getting the best results. The battery got waterlogged, and so now I have to press the battery button for it to work. Alright, and just like that, and the first one's out. So what we have here is the brand new driver's side shock with this old hardware from the old shocks on there. The new shocks didn't come with that hardware, so you actually have to use the old stuff. But the old stuff's in great condition. It's not beaten up, torn apart, or anything. So I'm feeling fine with using these. But I just wanted to show off the bad passenger side shock real quick. You can see that it's covered in oil. And so long so that is dry as a bone. So it's not even leaking oil, and I can tell you why it's not leaking oil. Because the biatch is empty. I should not be able to do that. Now I'm going to show y'all how to put these shocks together. So basically, after you pull this hat off, which is held on by another 17 millimeter bolt, which, by the way, if you buy the KYBs, the ones that it comes with is a 14, but the OEM 17s are the same thread pitch. So you can just throw the original 17 on there, and you don't have to worry about changing sizes or anything like that. But yeah, back to the topic. We just pull this off. If you can get it. Pull this off. Now we're just going to take this and throw it off to the side. Now you're going to grab your new shock, and you're going to grab this piece. You're going to put it on there as best as you can. And as you can see, it's not really clearing the lip or anything. So you want to keep on pushing. And just like that, it is now flush with that metal piece on the shock. Now we're going to come back, grab this piece, throw it on. grab this piece and make sure that the bushing is in there and out here, and make sure that the little hat or the cup, whatever you want to call it, is facing like a plate. Get this, line it all up, put it on, put that 17 on, put that on, and now we're just going to tighten it. And there you go, just like that. Don't mind the vice grip getting stuck in that, but don't mind that. But just like that, it's done. Make sure that there's no play. Make sure that this can spin, compress, all that. So now we're going to go and we're going to install these on either side. And this is the passenger one, and this is the driver one. All right, and so now you're going to feed your shock up into the little tunnel that it sits in. And it fits, so it's all good. Now we're going to run these bolts and thread them through. There it goes. And then I'm going to grab like a little mallet or something so I can push in this bolt the rest of the way. But after you push that in, you're going to go grab your other 17, throw it on there, zip it, tighten it up, and then you're going to go back inside so you can go on and bolt these bolts up back inside of the van. So while off camera, I went ahead and installed both of the shocks, and it's pretty straightforward. It's the reverse of taking them out. So to put them back in, long story short, that nut and bolt down there, you'll thread it in there, bolt it back up, get it nice and tight, and then you will come back, grab a car jack, and put it up underneath the control arm, push it up, and push it up until those two studs get matched up with their hole, and push it up the rest of the way. And I would recommend to give it a few more pumps at that, just to make sure that that's really in there. And then after you do that, you're going to go back in, throw on your two 14mm nuts onto those studs, bolt them back down, get them as tight as possible, throw your covers back on. And then after all that's said and done, you're going to come back out here, grab your tires, throw them back on, and take it out for a test drive. I feel like this entire job, for the most part, was pretty straightforward. I felt like it was pretty easy. It was just time consuming because of how long it takes to get those nuts off of these studs inside of the vehicle. But nonetheless, it's very simple. It's very easy. And if you're watching this video and this is like your first time working on a car, or maybe this is your second or third time, I don't really discourage y'all from doing this. This is very easy. It's basically just 3 bolts, not counting the 5 lug nuts, but it's basically 3 bolts. It comes off, you get to throw the new one on, and you're basically done within an hour or 2 at most. And so if you have the handful of hand tools that you need, you could definitely do this by yourself. But if you just don't feel comfortable doing this, I completely understand. We've all been there starting out. But basically, if you feel like you can do this, I'd say go on and do this. And hopefully y'all have learned something from this video. And I will catch y'all next time.